Hello, everyone. This is John Byrne with Poets and Quants. Welcome to What Matters and What More, which is the title of a new book of 50 essays written by MBA applicants to Harvard or Stanford who have been successful in their pursuit of, getting over the hurdles of those two schools and into their MBA programs. I have with me the co-author of the book, Liza Wheel, the founder of Gatehouse Admissions, and we're going to talk about one of the candidates who shared his essay with us. He applied to Stanford. His name is Christopher, and we call him the Ever Skeptic. He opens up his essay, and this is, of course, in response to the big iconic question at Stanford, what matters most to you and why, with a question himself. Liza, what do you think of this?
Well, I like the opening question, but it's a riddle. It's a trivia question that Christopher, the Ever Skeptic, is posing, and he uses this trivia question as just really a construct for the rest of the essay to show how much he really tries to figure out. He comes up. The short of it is, he comes up with an answer very quickly to this trivia question. And he's pretty sure he's got it. And then all of a sudden he says to himself, what am I missing? And therein lies the rest of the essay. And we see this arc of somebody who really internalizes this question to enable him to find out things and take certain actions and really create change around him.
Now, what really matters to Christopher and why?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really listening to this question, making sure he doesn't forget. Sometimes the world around us, I'm putting my shoes in Christopher's head for a second, and I have that image of Rodin's the thinker. Christopher is such a thinker, really, and he looks around and sees this world, and it makes sense to him, and sometimes he's confronted with something that doesn't make sense. And it's in those moments where he really discovers growth or change or strength. And I think that is asking himself that question. That is the thing that fuels him and what matters most to him.
I have to say, this is a very well-crafted essay. Some are, let's say, utilitarian, but this is a beautifully crafted, written piece that he's done here. Is it almost too polished?
I mean, I think you have to go with, if you're an applicant, you have to go with your writing style, your voice. There's some bold words in this essay. He uses axiomatic, he uses anguish, he uses some really strong language that isn't, or not strong language, just bold words that aren't necessarily what you might say in everyday language to your friends or an everyday conversation with your friends. But for him, again, this whole theme is, we certainly get the feeling that Christopher is a very earnest person. He thinks deeply about these things. So this language and what you see as being maybe too polished, I think is very true to him. So it resonates. It certainly resonates with me. And I also think, we do see the way. He opens with this trivia question that could be almost sometimes a little bit of a gimmick if it's not done well. You put something in clever to catch the attention. Never do that. That's not why you're doing. We're not trying to challenge the AdCom with a riddle, but it works for him because it is so part of who he is. And I also think the rest of the essay is a really nice balance to that somewhat lighthearted trivia question that he uses as both the beginning and the ending of the essay.
So the big takeaways for other applicants to Stanford by reading this essay is what?
A few things. Number one, there's nothing in here that is so amazingly big. There's one or two accomplishments slightly referenced, not even really, emphasized in the course of this essay. These are everyday type stories, if you will. He does some volunteering work. He is involved in his co-ed fraternity, but and I say that because you don't need some really big, outstanding, outrageous story to catch the attention of the admissions team. That's number one. And then number two, the other big thing I would point out is this is I think, an excellent example of someone who writes from the heart, who's someone who writes genuinely and is okay with thinking about himself in questioning himself and recognizing his own weaknesses. So I think that also, it's okay. You will hear this again and again when we chat, John. You've heard me say this, and I know you think it too. It's important to be vulnerable and show your vulnerability, or it's okay to be vulnerable and show your vulnerability to the schools. They expect it.
Right, exactly. So this is one of 50 in this book. If any of you out there would actually like to read it and to see the comments that Liza has made, along with Jeremy Scheinwald, the other co-author of the book, who is the founder of MBA Mission, pick it up. You can buy it here at Poets and Quants or on the MBA Mission website. It's a steal for what we're charging for this. And Liza, thank you so much. And incidentally, for everyone else out there, we have this continuing series on what matters and what more. So each week we're focusing on one of the essays in the book and talking about it. So we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.